Hey, what's happening, everybody? Chris here from Test the Speed Shop. And as you can see,
You got a cool car in the garage.
a cool car.
Cool car. Cooler car.
That's a matter of opinion. Yeah, just take the mirror off there. We are working on the Coronet because we got some stuff to do to this. So what we're doing here is we are taking the vinyl top off because it had all kinds of bubbling and stuff coming underneath the top. And this is no good. So we pulled the top off thinking they were going to have big rot holes here. And actually we don't. It is just surface rust. What it looks like is that it actually got, like the rust got under the glue and started to push out. And it looks like we're catching this just in time. So what we're doing is we're stripping the top off, and what our plan is we're going to get the top all stripped off, and that's what we got to do. And then what we're going to do is we're going to sand this whole top down, and we're going to paint it gloss black because that was an option. You can have it two-tone painted, you know, either a white top or a black top. And we figure instead of putting the vinyl back on, it's just going to be a lot easier for us just to paint it black, and then we can just put the vinyl trim back on, and we won't have to worry about welding these holes up for right now, trying to match paint and all kinds of stuff, because Tom wants to eventually paint this car.
Yep. So
this is the cheapest way right now in order to alleviate the problem with the vinyl top that we're having, because we don't want to keep it on here because it's just a roof rotter.
yeah.
And
I never liked vinyl top.
you know, I mean, not vinyl tops are cool and they look neat, but they just cause so many problems. So that's where we're at right now. We popped all the trim off the side here. We had bubbling all through the A-pillar right here. You can see all down in here, but if you look, it's all,
I was worried.
yeah, it's all solid metal.
Yeah,
Just all crusty. It just needs sanded. I mean, we might have to put some, you know, a fine coat of putty on it. We'll see what happens when we get everything off. But
looking good so far.
yeah,
Way good. Way much better than
yeah, way much better than we thought.
This thing is bubbled up. Because this top's only,
Yeah, how old is this top?
the top was 3 years old when I bought the car in 2010.
Yeah,
And it had none of this going on. It was, I mean,
yeah. This has only been since you owned it.
It's only been since I've owned it.
Yeah,
Since I've owned it since 2010, and it started bubbling about, what, 3-4 years back?
longer than that. It's been coming out.
It's been coming up bubbling pretty good.
Yeah,
Ever since it's been, the car's been in the weather or so.
yeah, but not
Most
enough.
of the garage kept.
Yeah, but not enough for this to start.
There's no paint underneath this, so that's why they rot out.
Yeah, they didn't. Looks like they just primed it.
They just
didn't
primed
prime. They didn't paint the roof or anything. So I'm
You can see
thinking.
the primer on it.
Yeah, that's probably what's causing us the problem, because you can see where they primed it here. So, but yeah, we're glad. We almost thought that these C-pillars here were going to be through.
Yeah.
The way they were bubbled up, we thought
They
we
were
were going to have
bad.
to be putting a full quarter on the car.
Yeah.
Only because it was bubbled up so bad, we thought for sure that this stuff was going to be through right there.
We
So-
still got the corner issue on that side.
Yeah, but we can probably fix
I
that.
think we can fix it once we get
We got to
We
get
gotta
the
get glass out.
yeah, we got to get the rear window out of it, and then we got to clean that channel up and see what we're dealing with. So that's the project we got going on for the Coronet.
And we just have the issue generally with that back glass, because if they don't make that anymore, you gotta go find one of those, because it's got that wave,
Yeah, it's got that goofy curve in
got
it.
that goofy curve on the back, and if you don't get that out, if you break it, you gotta have a spare one. You can't just buy one. They don't make this, so, which I do have a spare.
Because
Not as good
Mopar.
as this one, but-
Only Chrysler would make shit weird.
Yeah, it's got that weird
Yeah, that weird bend crap.
slope
in it.
to it, and that's what most.
Yeah, I know we got that extra one, but that's got some weird
Yeah,
stains in
it's
it.
got
It's almost like it's
It was only
like it's
decent when we
separate.
found it.
Yeah, we found it in the junkyard laying on the freaking trunk of a car,
Yeah,
of all things.
the front glass, you
Yeah.
just can't get back. You don't make it.
So that's what we got going on right now. So we're going to go ahead and work on
So good.
getting the window trim off the front, and then we're going
I
to
have to take this one off here. I don't know.
Oh, are we?
I don't know, it's, you have to look, it looks like it's,
Well, we'll take a look at it and see what's going on.
hopefully, I don't know how it comes off.
So that's the projects we got going on in here right now. Still waiting for the seats to come back for the Firebird. They're down at the upholsterer,
Yep,
getting reupholstered.
that's gonna look good.
Yeah, I can't wait to get them back. We got other stuff to do to that. They'll probably start this week. So we're gonna have quite a few videos coming at you all at one shot. 2-month vacation's over. So, okay, we're gonna get back with it, and we'll bring you back when we got a little bit more done here. Well, hey, we're back. And guess what? No more roof rotter. The roof rotter is gone. So this is what we got. It's actually a lot better than we thought it would be. One real area we were concerned with was right here, and there's some heavy pitting, but it seems really solid. We can't push through on it. And right here, we had some real big bubbles in the top right there. And thank God we got it. It's almost like we got it just in time before it got too bad. So the actual roof looks good. We're gonna have some finish work to do, like down here in this corner. It's pitted really good right in here. You can see got a lot of pitting in there, and then up top here, the front, we got a lot of pitting up here. We're gonna have to finish. So I mean, we're gonna have some work to do on it, but compared to replacing the whole roof or putting a full quarter on it,
Yeah.
this is way better. This is a whole better situation. This A-pillar here.
I don't know what
All right,
size-
my battery died, so I'm going to try and close this video out. But I'll show you guys. Everything looks really good on the roof. I don't think we'll have a whole lot. Like, we got some pitting, like I was showing you on the other side. And we got to pull this back window out and see what we got going on in the channel. There's a whole bunch of goo or sealant or some damn thing in there. So we'll have to figure that out. But it actually looks really good, and I think we bought it just in time. So if it had been on there any longer, it probably would have ended up being a whole lot worse. So, but that's what we got going on here. Got this top pulled. Everything looks good. It's nice and straight. Doesn't look like it's bent up or any dents or anything in it. So that's going to be it for this video. We're going to try and work on it some more this week because we're supposed to have some decent weather. So probably be bouncing back and forth and working on this and working on the Pontiac. And I got some stuff I'm going to be doing to this on the inside to get the stuff ready for this. I want to pull the windows on this car too, so reseal them because windshield leaks and the back window leaks. So, but we got a lot coming. We're going to be doing quite a bit of stuff here. So, all right, that's going to be it. I'm out. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Well, we got some work done, and we're gonna show you the progression. We didn't really tape any of it because it's just a lot of labor and taking things apart and everything else. So we'll show you what we found with the Firebird and what's going on with the Coronet. So the Coronet, all the glue was off the roof. Stripped all the glue off of it. Tom got some chemical stuff and stripped it all off. We got all the window trim off. I think we showed that in the last video. Got all the window trim off. The guy's coming Monday. He's going to pull the windows on this because we got to see what's going on behind it, because there's some stuff going on in the channel and we're not sure what's going on. So we got to take it apart and see what we have going on. Who's this coming? Oh, it's a bike. Never mind. So anyways, we had to take a whole bunch of stuff off of this thing. He took all the channel stuff out of here for the window seal so we can get all this trim off back down here, so when we paint it and sand it, a little bit of this putty come out, so we'll have to fill all that in. But the roof looks great. I mean, there's no dents, no rust. The only concerns we have is back here in this corner, right in this area here. We got to see what's going on, and then on the other side. So it almost looks like something rusted in here a little bit. but we got to see what's happening, and then we got to look at the front windshield channel too and see what's going on. But other than that, it's looking really good. How about it, Tom?
Yeah.
You're happy with it?
I'm real happy.
Because
A-pillar's not rotted out like I thought we were. I thought there was going to be a big rust hole right here and here, because that was really
yeah,
bad.
this was really
Bubbled.
yeah, it was really pitted. It's really pitted in here, so we'll just put a little filler over it. But we got this dust just in time because it was really, the top was really bubbled out here. Yeah. Well, what was happening was that the rust was getting under the glue and pushing out under the glue. It actually wasn't rusting the top, but we got it just in time. If it would have stayed on here any longer, we'd have had all kinds of holes. So, right now, all we got to kind of deal with is this corner piece back in here, right here, and there's a little pinhole right here that we're going to try and maybe weld up or do something with. Other than that, that's it. It's pretty clean, and we're really lucky.
Yeah.
So we got to get some clips. That's another reason why we got to get the windows out. We can't get the clips. The clips on the front windshield, all the trim was glued down, and we can't get the clips off. We can't get the clips out because the rubber's in the way. And the same with the back window. There wasn't any clips the whole way across on this piece of trim here. They just glued it all down. So somebody was in here doing something with it. So once we get the window out, then we can clean the channel. We can get the clips out, and we can look and see what's going on. But I'm hoping we shouldn't have a whole lot of body work to do and straighten this top up and paint her black and put her back together. It's a shame we got to tear half the car apart just to do it. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah, those bunches have been torn off.
There's your original paint, I bet.
No, you didn't.
That looks like might be your original paint there. Right in here. But if you clean all that, I'm sure they didn't take this off when they painted it. So, but that's where we're at with the Coronet. Moving along pretty good.
You gotta add a fill piece in these corners.
What's that?
You gotta add a fill piece, well, a little fill piece in here, because the vinyl top hid all that open space without that vinyl on there. We'll have to.
What are you gonna do? Just run a piece of metal down there?
Yeah, we'll cut a piece of metal and go right about here with it, so when
That comes up, it's all covered
you won't
in
see
there.
that.
Yeah, you won't see that little
You
hole.
won't see a hole.
Yeah, there's like a hole here, and the vinyl top actually covered it in this corner here.
Yeah, you couldn't see it with the vinyl
Yeah.
top. Vinyl top came down and went in, tucked in here.
Yeah. So, then we gotta seal the gutters and
Yeah, I gotta strip that out.
gotta strip that stuff out. This is just stuff we gotta do. So that's pretty much what's happening with the Coronet. Not a whole lot, not a whole lot of drama. Oh, a little bit of this popped out, huh?
Yeah, I don't know why. I was looking at the ground. Might have came out yesterday when I was going.
Yeah, we'll just fill that in with some putty. Yeah, they never leaded that. That's just like putty. Maybe they didn't let it at the factory. I don't know.
I guess if you got a vinyl top, they didn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
They just, and the way it looks like they did it with oxyacetylene.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
They torched it
They torched it with oxyacetylene and
and a rod.
yeah.
Well, that could be. That's pretty heavy steel right there. Yeah, they spot welded these in. Because we're gonna knock all this out. This is your quarter panel seam right here. So we're gonna knock all this out, put fresh stuff in.
Spot welded.
Yeah, you can see it over on this side. Yeah, they spot welded this, and you can see where they spot welded it here. And looks like they maybe spotted it there. We're gonna take all this out and refill it, smooth it all over. This is in good shape. It's not even rusted away. So didn't have any problems with that. Yeah, we got some pits and stuff we need to fill in. Once we get it all sanded down and stuff, we'll have a better look at what we're dealing with. So
Yeah, so if you got a vinyl top, this is what
yeah,
this is what they did.
that's what's hidden.
If
That's
there was
what the
not a
factory
vinyl
did.
top, this would be leaded
Yeah.
without.
Yeah, and you can see
Be wide lid.
you can see how much of a shitty job the factory did, because you could see, like, I don't know if you can see it on the camera, there's like grooves in the putty. It's like they took a file and just filed it down to make it straight and slam the top on, which would make sense. Why would you want to spend
Feathered
time?
it out.
Yeah, just enough so that the
So
top would cover it,
Yep. Yep.
so that it would look halfway decent.
Yep.
So Well, that's what's going on with the Coronet. So the Firebird, we got parts everywhere for both these cars. The whole garage is full of Coronet and Firebird. So here's the panels, the rear panels. My wife cleaned all these the other day. They came out real nice. She did the headrests and everything. She did the back seat. That's all cleaned in the rear door panels. These are the seat backs. The driver's side one doesn't look that great because the vinyl, the plastic's all dried out. I just painted it enough so that it would look halfway decent. So, but we tore the carpet out of the car. That's sitting out in the driveway. We're going to try and clean it. My wife wants to try and clean the carpet. She cleaned a little bit. It came out a little bit better. On this side she cleaned it. I don't know how well you can see it, but she did on this side. It actually started to come out pretty decent. I'm not sure how well the front's going to come out. But my whole thing is the carpet's still in halfway decent shape, and I use the car. People are always in and out of it, so not that I don't want to put a new carpet in it, I just don't see the purpose of it at this point in time. So I started to put new felts in because the felts are gone on this thing. The windows just rattle around. So I'm putting outer felts on. It's kind of going backwards from a restoration standpoint, but this is more for preservation of the windows, to keep them from scratching and to make the drive a little bit better, so you don't have all this windows rattling around and driving you freaking nuts. Plus there's nothing, I mean, they're just going on the driver's doors, on the doors, and that's just no good. You don't want to tear up the damn glass. So we pulled the carpet out, and this is what our floor's looking like. I'm not sure how well anybody can see. The back floor's got a little bit of rust. That side looks pretty good, but this side, we must have had some leakage somewhere. We got some holes here we're going to have to patch up. We're going to have to patch up the toe board. This front floor here, it's got Swiss cheese. It's real thin. It's not through, but it's thin. And this is all stuff we would have never seen this when we bought the car anyways, because of where the toe board rust is at. It's way up under there. So that was a little surprise when we yanked the carpet out. So what we're going to do is I'm going to order a toe board for it, and I'm going to order a front floor, and we're going to cut out what we need to cut out. Just get the rusty stuff out, and we're just going to put in a new toe board and you know, patch in the toe board and patch in the front floor. Because everything's out, so we might as well just do it and get it done. So that's what's going on with this. We got to put the weather stripping in on the doors, clean the door panels, and put the weather stripping in on that back window. And I need to find a window roller, because the window roller's broken on that, and I had an extra one, and I don't know what I put it. So I got to dig that up. So, but other than that, the floor in this is in pretty good shape. Just a little bit of hidden damage that we didn't see. But since it's apart, we might as well just go ahead and tackle it now and get it done and out of the way, and then it's finished. But other than that, the rest of the floors look good. We get some Pour 15. I'll get this scaly stuff and take some of that off and paint it with some Pour 15 and do the same thing on the passenger side. Passenger side front floor's got a little bit of rust in it up towards the front there. We'll Pour 15 that too, so that should keep all that decent. Got that ratty package tray out of the back with the 70s shag. That Tom just loves my 70s shag. Yeah, I put it under his car. I put it under his car so he won't be lonely. He'll have the ratty shag to keep him company. So pulled the window trim on the back window. So I got that all out. Doesn't look like this has ever been resealed. I started to cut some of the seal out of it, but I haven't finished it yet. But it's looking pretty good. We did find one little area up on the side here. I don't know how well it's gonna, yeah, right in there. We got a little bit of Swiss cheese going on right in this area here and up in here. So honestly, that's not too bad at all. I'm gonna have the window guy come and we'll pull the window. I'm gonna pull the rear glass and the front glass because obviously something rotted that toe board out, and I'm hoping the dash isn't rusted out on this because that's a major problem on these cars. Is this dash up inside here rots away. I don't think it is on this car because it looks really good from where I can see it. Usually you can tell when it's gone. But we're not going to know until we get this trim and this window out. So that's the next step. So for now, that's about it. I haven't gotten my seats back from the upholsterer yet. Waiting to hear from him. I haven't heard anything from him yet. I'll have to probably call him next week and see what's going on. I'm going to order the floors and some other parts in, get a package tray. I'm going to order a radio because I need a radio in this car. I can't go without a radio anymore. I have another dash pad up there. I'm not sure what we're going to do there yet. We were looking at that, how to put that in, and I don't know. I'll crawl under the dash and assess it. That might be a project for another time. Yeah, I think it's going to be tough to get that thing out of there.
Especially on this side.
I was looking at those dash pad caps again. They say it slides right over, you don't even tell. Just to play, what they sell is a plastic cap that goes over your existing dash pad, and you can paint it body color and, you know, or the interior color and everything. And I actually thought about going with that because it looks like it might be really tough to get this thing out because there's bolts that go into the center of the dashboard with it, and then there's like clips on these bottom pieces here. There's like little studs there that come out, and you got to pop them off. And I'm just not sure how this is all going to come apart. I mean, that's 50 years old. This is 50 years old. Everything that's pushed into it's 50 years old. You start messing with all that, then everything just starts falling apart. And you just open up a can of worms. And I just don't know how, if I want to go through all that right now. So, I was looking at the dash caps. They're $116. And basically you glue it onto your existing dash pad, and then you can you paint it body color, or you paint it vinyl color or whatever the color in your interior is, which I already have, and then you just push it over your existing dash and it glues down. So that's an option I was going to go with. A friend of mine has it on his GTO, and it actually doesn't look that bad, unless, I mean, if you're really looking at it, you can tell it's a cap. But my whole thing is, I'm not, you know, it'll look better than this cracked up shit. You know what I mean? So that's an option I'm looking at too, because I just don't know how hard it's going to be to get to all the studs and the hardware. We're going to have to pull the instrument cluster out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to have to plug all the instrument cluster, and I just don't know if I even want to mess with the wiring or mess with any of that.
The wiring is nice on this.
Yeah, we don't want to create problems. So we might just bypass the dash pad. I'm thinking we might just wait on that for now, or
You probably have to drop the steering wheel down.
I'm thinking I will, because you got, in order to get that instrument cluster out, we're going to have to drop that down. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
No different than trying to get mine out.
Yeah.
Mine's bolted in the same way. Mine's just a tiny thing.
So I'm thinking we might just pass on the dash pad for the time being. Might look into that cap. Try that. It's $100. What the hell? Not like I've ever wasted $100 before. You know, if it looks like crap, oh well. I mean, it's on.
Is it has the same texture as the
Oh
dash?
yeah, yeah. It looks just like the dash pad, except it's just a cap that just goes over top of it.
How's it glued down? Is it 3M?
I think it says that they give you some sort of glue with it.
And you got to
Yeah,
spread it over the whole damn.
Yeah, it says it takes 15 minutes to install. Yeah, that's what they say. You know,
How's the warping on it? How's the sun affect it? Does it warp?
I
time?
don't know. That I can't tell you.
I've never seen this.
I think that's more of a viable option, Because like this dash pad that I got, it's cracked also, but it's not cracked as bad. And we took it down yesterday, and it's actually got another crack starting over here too. So who's to say how long this thing's going to last? And I mean, and if I try to fix that crack, who's to say the rest of it isn't going to start cracking out? So, you know, you're working with 50-year-old stuff, you know what I mean? And they do make a reproduction dash pad for these things, but they're junk. They're not great. The instrument panel doesn't screw up into it. It doesn't have the metal piece for the instrument panel to screw into. Yeah, why would you make a reproduction part and not have it the proper way? I don't know. And it's like 300 or 400 bucks.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe the dash cap might be the way to go. So, and that's something I could probably put in even after the interior then. So I think that's something we're just not going to worry with right now. So, all right, well, this was a short but sweet update. And when we get more work done, we'll get back to you. So, yep, more to come, that's for sure. Yeah, time for body work and paint. And interior install. And maybe window channel repair. So, all right, we're out.